Hey, what's up guys, it's Marf, and welcome back to another Mobile Classics video. Today we will be playing Riptide GP, and you've probably never actually heard of this game before or the series called Riptide, and that's because it is a very underrated and underappreciated series in my humble opinion. I absolutely love this game and the series, so let's go ahead and just, well, I'll start talking about it. So firstly, look at these water graphics. I mean, I just think they look absolutely superb. Now, you might be saying, what the heck, this kind of looks like bad. This kind of looks like bad. Well, this was actually released in 2011, so back when like the iPhone 4S was just becoming a thing, and mobile gaming was starting to take off as a genre of gaming. So, you know, at the time we were getting these kind of cheaply made games like side scrollers and you know, things like that. And, you know, the only real presence in mobile gaming was, as you know, Gameloft. Gameloft has always been a big part of mobile gaming, but we saw some small releases from EA. They actually put their Need for Speed games on mobile for a while now, actually. So they were in the mobile gaming business as well. But besides that, there really weren't too many big games with good graphics and good sound and all that sort of stuff. And this is really where Riptide GP stepped in my opinion. Now, obviously, you can see the water graphics just look absolutely stellar. The lighting looks great. And all the textures and things like that, they look good. The soundtrack, in my opinion, is really nice as well. Nothing to write home about, especially when Nova 3 came out a year later. That soundtrack, for me, just blew everything else away in terms of mobile gaming. But this definitely wasn't bad by any means whatsoever, and I personally really enjoyed it. And I still remember some songs today. Well, obviously, I mean, I'm, you know, playing it. But yeah, like I said, it's just all around a good game. And I think that's what really defines Riptide GP, and that's what really, you know, cements its place in mobile gaming. Not a legend of mobile gaming, or not like, you know, what everybody should be playing or anything like that, but it's just a solid, good game that really defined what a solid, good game should be. There should be, you know, a pretty good amount of content, which this game has. It should have great visuals, which this game has. It should have at least good audio, which this game has. And it should be, you know, fairly fun to play. And one aspect of this game that I really do enjoy is the fact that you could play this game in almost any matter you want. Oh wow, I got second place. I thought I was gonna, you know, get first. Anyway, so what do I mean by this? Well, you can play this game in any method you want, you know, whether you're playing this like mobile gaming is, you know, kind of meant, or how mobile gaming is sort of portrayed by, you know, the media and all that stuff, sort of stuff, which is, you know, just playing on the train or whatever. You could do this sort of stuff in Riptide GP. You could load up a race, you know, while you're in the car. Well, obviously not while you're driving the car, but while you're in the car, you know, as a passenger. So you could do something like that. You could do this on the subway to work, stuff like that. You could play a race or two, and that was nice. But you could also plug in some headphones, you know, go to your desk or on your bed or something like that, and just enjoy the atmosphere, the sound design, and the graphics and all that sort of stuff. So you could do both. You know, you can play this game on the spectrum of, like, you know, the sort of extremes of mobile gaming, where either you're super into it or you're just casually playing it, like I said, just out and about or whatever. And I really, you know, like how this game sort of is able to do that, and that really, you know, set a foundation and set a standard for how, you know, mobile games are supposed to be designed. Now, obviously, is this the best example? No, not entirely. Like I said, Nova 3 came out, but, you know, you take that for more of a mid to hardcore game. Modern Combat 4, obviously more of a mid to hardcore game. Asphalt was really the prime example of not this game's rival, because I don't think this game really has a rival. This is a very niche game. Obviously, not everybody is into racing futuristic jet skis in a futuristic environment, but Asphalt catered more towards that casual audience, where this game leans slightly towards the casual audience. But like I said, you could play it both ways, which really made this game unique and what it is, and defined the Riptide series as we know it. And you know, that's really all I have to say about how you play this game. Like I said, you can play it in any way you want, which is really awesome. So this game was developed by Vector Unit. Now, they are no stranger to water graphics. and that was you know, something noteworthy, because at the time I thought this was just some random studio and that they just you know, all of a sudden released this phenomenal looking game and it was just amazing, when in fact I found out that they actually developed Hydro Thunder Hurricane for the Xbox 360. Now, if you've ever owned an Xbox 360 in your life, you will have probably downloaded it and played the demo of Hydro Thunder Hurricane, which I did for the brief period of time that I owned an Xbox 360. I really loved that game, and when I played Riptide GP, I was like, this is oddly familiar, and well, that's because it was. This game was developed by the same people who made Hydro Thunder Hurricane, and it really shows in the way that the water graphics are, and especially the audio and things like that. So yeah, one of the only very, like, you know, I wouldn't say very disappointing, because I don't think this game really falls flat, you know, totally flat in any area, but this game doesn't have the biggest personality or anything like that. It really tries to remain, I wouldn't say subtle, but it doesn't try and throw things at your face, and on one hand that's a good thing, and on the other hand some aspects of the game could have been, I think, you know, it had been extrapolated. I don't know if I'm using the right word for that. It just could have been made bigger and better. So for example, maybe the sound could have been a bit more, I don't want to say edgy, but maybe a bit more futuristic sounding. I mean, this sounds like some nice 90s trance, and I absolutely love it. But maybe they could have taken a bit more risks or things like that. Like I said, though, I don't even know if I said that. I've been recording this for a while because my recording software keeps freaking out on me. But I don't know if I mentioned, but Vector Unit is relatively an indie studio, so they probably didn't have the most massive budget or resources to make the sound and all that. But maybe they could have been, you know, maybe they could have gone a bit further with maybe how, you know, the colors look, because, you know, you're seeing a lot of, you know, tans and things like that. Tans, blues, and things that you would normally see in like futuristic settings. Maybe they could have experimented a bit, but don't get me wrong, this game still looks absolutely fantastic. But what my point is throughout this segment of the video is just that this game isn't the ultimate game. It's, you know, it's not featured on this series because it is the ultimate mobile game. It's featured on this series because it's just a very good, competent game that stands on its own and stood out from all the hot garbage of mobile gaming throughout the years. This series has just remained true to itself and to its roots, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. So yeah, I think this is going to be my last race after I finish up these last few laps here. That guy got some nice air. Like I said, this game looks amazing, it sounds amazing, and you know, don't let my sort of negative points detract you from playing this game. Well, I don't recommend you play this game because obviously this game is, I think, 8 years old at this point. You should play Riptide GP Renegade, which came out more recently, and I actually did a review on it on my channel, and I really enjoyed it. So if you're interested to learn more about that game, you can look up my Riptide GP Renegade review video. Short story is, if you're looking at this game and you think you might enjoy it, Riptide GP Renegade might be a game you want to check out. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Renegade. This video is more focused on, obviously, just Riptide GP. Oh, I think that was too early. Yeah, way too early. I don't think I'm going to come first. Darn, the AI in this game was surprisingly difficult. Like, they weren't super easy, which is, like I mentioned earlier, you know, this game catered towards both very casual players and the mid to hardcore players. So this game was just good, you know. Like I said, it's not breaking any records. Gosh, I crashed again. Hopefully I don't come third. And yeah, I think we're coming up on the finish line shortly here, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap up my thoughts. I mean, this game was just great all around, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed looking at it, and hopefully I maybe sparked some people's interest in this game franchise. And yeah, because like I said, I think this game is very underrated. I think not enough people really played this game and enjoyed it and spoke about it, so I'm here to try and do that. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Mobile Classics. Like I said before, leave your comments and suggestions below, and I will make sure to read them, because, you know, I don't have too many games that I can check out, but I definitely have a couple on my list that I want to make in terms of this series. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video.